Hello, hello, it's Christine here. And I'm so excited to be here. I'm the CEO and founder of Create Your Best Life at Work and at Home. And we help professional women who feel stuck, take control of their lives, prioritize what's most important, and make confident decisions so that you can move your life forward in both your career and your life, move in a positive direction in as fast as 30 days without wasting time. I mean, how is that for a promise? Um, Today, I want to talk to you about something that really changed my life. So, first, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. And if you're joining, I would love for you to share where you're from and what city you live in and how you found me. And so I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Then I'm going to share a story with you that stopped me in my tracks. And I'm sharing this with you for the purpose of opening your mind to new thinking. So I think it's going to impact you to kind of think about things differently. And then we're going to wrap up with some action items for you to implement to move your life forward. So here's my question for you. Um, what would your life look like if there were no limitations? What would your life look like if there were no limitations? Like taking the blinders off, what, what are the big dreams that you have? Another way to put it is that if I were to call you in a year and you were to think about the results that you want in your life, and I called you in a year and you were to say, Christine, you're not going to believe what's happened. And like you share with me amazing things that have happened in your life, what would those results be? And the third thing is, are you heading in the direction for those results? Now, when I ask that, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Do you even say to yourself, gosh, I have no clue. I haven't even thought about that. Like I'm just trying to survive. Have you even considered opening your mind to possibilities? I find that a lot of times when I ask that question, it's kind of like we don't slow down enough to think about that. And I want to share something that happened to me. It was a year ago. A year ago, I got a diagnosis that I had stage 4 fibrosis. And now some of you who are watching who know me and you're like shocked, I didn't really tell anybody. I told a handful of people. And if you look up stage 4 fibrosis, it's really bad. You know, just to give you some context, when I was a kid, I had a surgery and I had a blood transfusion. In 2002, I was diagnosed with hepatitis C. And for anyone out there who doesn't know, hepatitis C, it's a liver disease, and it's something that wasn't discovered till like the late 80s. And so there's actually a lot of people that have hepatitis C that don't even know it. And so I was diagnosed with it at the time, and I had a liver biopsy at the time. And at the time, the virus was not attacking my liver. And the treatments, basically they said that it was incurable. And the treatments to try to cure it, if possible, were really radical. And I chose to not do that. I said, I just choosing to live as healthy a life as possible. And every year I go get physicals and I have my blood work done. And I've been just kind of going along. Well, last year my blood work came back and was really out of whack. And so my doctor asked me, he told me he wanted me to go down to the city to the doctor, to the hospital and have a test. And so I had this test done and it was driving me nuts, right? I want to know the results. And so I called the hospital, and God bless this poor technician who's not supposed to tell anybody anything. I can be quite persuasive. And this technician told me that the results were I had stage 4 fibrosis. And I'll tell you what, when I got that diagnosis, it was, it was really stopped me in my tracks. When I Googled it, which, when we get some medical thing and we Google it, oh boy, you can find out lots of bad stuff. Like roughly 43% of patients survive past 1 year. That's what I read. And I just thought to myself, wow, why is this happening to me? And then I thought, why not? All of us, we can all have things happen in our lives, right? Like for you, what's happening in your life? Maybe you've gotten a diagnosis. Maybe someone close to you has. Maybe someone has had tragic things happen. You know, there may be some things that have happened in your life and it makes you wake up and makes you say to yourself, what am I doing? Am I living the life that I want to live? There's a tool. And so, you know, really for me, it's like stepping back and thinking about the different areas, the different parts of our lives, and evaluating those parts of our lives. I'm going to share with you something here. And this is called the self-discovery wheel. And this, in my coaching program, this is one of the foundational things. It's like stepping back to look at the different areas of your life. I can't tell you how many women that I talk to that are just, you know, they're feeling like there's some nudge. On paper, your life might seem pretty good. You know, everybody's healthy, or, you know, like things can be going pretty good, but there's some nudge. There's something inside of you that you're saying to yourself, I got to figure this out. And, you know, when you look at your physical health, when you look at your finances, your career, your fun, hobbies, your relationships, your spiritual life or serving, mental health, purpose, like where do you fall on the spectrum? And this is a great tool. So anybody who would like a copy of this tool, just put in the comments me, and I'll get this to you, because this is so important to start with and figure out what is it, where are the areas that I want to improve? How can I be intentional? And, you know, what I know is that when you're in your life and you're going through life, like, you know, you get that diagnosis, something tragic happens, and that's when we take action, right? Don't wait for that. Don't wait for that. How many of you are sitting there, and wherever you are today, if you look back at a year ago, are you in the same place? If you look 2 years ago, are you in the same place? That is something that everybody's struggling with. You know, work-life balance. I'm hearing so many women that are sharing with me that they just feel stuck. They feel overwhelmed. They feel like there's something else out there and they can't put their finger on it. And they feel like they shouldn't feel that way. But let me tell you something. If you feel that way, if there's a twinge that you're feeling, like right now when you're listening to me, if there's a twinge that you're feeling, I want you to listen to that twinge. And try not to let other people influence your thoughts and your feelings, because if you're watching this and you have that twinge, then there's a reason. There's a reason you're here. You didn't come. This is not a coincidence that you're here. You're here for a reason. And so I want you to take a look at that life wheel. Let me know if you'd like to get a copy of that. And I would love to partner with you in some way and talk to you about how to expand things in your life. And so to kind of come back to my story, so I went 5 weeks of thinking that I was, you know, could potentially die, that that maybe, you know, liver cancer, liver transplant, all these things. And after 5 weeks, I went and had a biopsy, and ultimately it turned out that that was a false positive that I'd gotten. And I was so thankful, and I'm so blessed. And I've gone through a treatment that's a new treatment and have eradicated hepatitis C from my body. And I feel great, and I'm just feeling thankful. But at the same time, I'm thankful for getting that diagnosis, because it was a wake-up call. You know, so many things in my life I've been doing, but it really snaps you out of it. And for you, what are the things that you're going to do to take steps to move in that direction? So going back to the question, what is the vision for your life if there were no limitations? What are the results that you want to get in 1 year? Where do you want to be? And are you heading in the direction to get there? And so here are the 3 things that I want you to do. I want you to evaluate where you are today. So when you look at this diagram, let me know if you'd like a copy and we can send one to you. So evaluate where you are today. And then the second thing is I want you to celebrate what's going well. What is going well and where can you improve? So celebrate what's going well and then figure out what are the areas that you want to improve. And the third thing is take one step in the direction of where you want to go. So if you want to improve, if you want to figure out your purpose, like figure out a way to see that. Whatever it is that you want to improve on, take one step. I am currently have a program called Create Your Best Life coaching program. We have a gold and a silver program. It's a 12-week program that is transformational. And, a lot of you have been reaching out to me on DMs, and I appreciate that. And I think maybe that's something that people are more comfortable with. But that is a program that in 12 weeks, wherever you are today, you are going to be moved in the direction of feeling peace, fulfillment, feeling in control of your life, prioritizing what's important, having, a sense of being present when you're somewhere, and, just doing more of the things that light you up, doing more of the things of who you are. Because so many times things are dormant. Like if you're a mom or you're a businesswoman, and, I had a conversation yesterday. I had a breakfast with someone and she was telling me her kids are, older. She's getting ready to be an empty nester. And she said, like last year, they just felt there was this, I think in our culture today, we have been inundated with so much negativity that we've become desensitized at a conscious level. However, all of this stuff is affecting us. I'm hearing from so many people that it's like a dark cloud over us, and it's time to wake up and to figure out what brings you joy, what lights you up. And so she's gone back and she started horseback riding. And she said, Christine, I rode when I was young, and she was scared, but she felt the fear and did it anyway. Like making the calls to figure out where to go ride horses was a big thing, right? Think about some of the things that you might want to do, and you're questioning yourself and you're like, oh, I'm too old, or I'm too young, or I'm too whatever. It doesn't matter. You go for it. I want to encourage you to go for it. And so with our Create Your Best Life program, it's a way for you to catapult yourself to get out of that funk and to just live your best life. Don't wait for a diagnosis. Don't wait for the shoe to drop somewhere. Live your life intentionally. Take charge of your life. You are a victor, not a victim. If you're in a situation right now that you feel like you've got no options, I promise you do. Because where you are today or where you came from does not define who you can be or what you can accomplish in your life. And so just know that you are deserving and worthy of all of the abundance life has to offer. And no one's going to come and save you. And this sounds really harsh, but you have to take charge of you. And you deserve it. Treat yourself as a cherished friend. And I would love to partner with you. I would love to help out in any way I can. So please feel free. I am offering one-on-one free consultation calls. If you go to my website, christinemroberts.com, you can schedule a call with me and just let me know how I can serve you. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.